Alright, so we're just leaving Doompus here. You rise early, thank the householder, and head out into the street. Within a few minutes of walking, you're out of Doompus and back on the road. After another hour or so, the way branches, with one path heading up into the hills, and the other turning downhill and along one side of a barren, stony ridge. Is that a village you can make out on top of the hill? It seems a lonely place for it. Ugh. This is gonna be bad. But I have to. No, I'm not gonna go there. I just know it's gonna be terrible. You follow a meandering path around the side of a hill for most of the morning. It's difficult to see the way ahead through the tree line, but you trust to the course, and eventually the path bursts out onto a narrow stone ledge high above the valley floor. The ledge leads left and right. There's no way forwards. Looking left, you can see the narrow ledge is formed by a splitting of the rock that leads all the way down to the misty valley floor. If there is a path up the other side, it is not clear from here. Looking right, you are taken aback, as out of the mist that fills the valley, an impossibly wide bridge looms into view, as if it had only now fallen into place. Because it had. FYI. It is made of planks and thick ropes, and is suspended from this peak to the peak on the other side. Who could have built such a marvel, and how long ago? Alright, we're gonna move on. Getting to your feet once more, you take a moment to find your balance before moving on. One slip here and you'll fall a long way down. Alright, so I went across the bridge last time. We're going to head into the valley and see what's up with these mines that we were told to burn the thing at. The bridge seems untrustworthy. Should anything happen while you're halfway across it, there would be no escape but the last, most final kind. It's not final, we can rewind. Just saying. Better to walk. You make your way along the stone ledge. The angle is steep, and it's hard going not to stumble. At the valley floor is a dried-up river, covered in worn stones honed by water that is now long gone. Small caves open in the rock face nearby, with rusted machinery abandoned outside. There was mining here once, but it must have been a long time ago. A wider track leads up the far slope. Investigate the mines. You approach the mine entrance. A wet wind greets you from the depths. A wet wind. The mine shaft must lead somewhere, but it is pitch dark. There are no torches. You do not have any light of your own. Oh, I've got a big light. I don't know what you're talking about. To the mines! You stride further inside until the wet rock is above you and the air falls suddenly cold and still. Your breath echoes. Tight, dark places are often fearsome, and though the rock walls here were carved with axes, there is still something wild and harrowing about this place. Your feet crunch on the gravel floor. I don't know if we really need to cast a spell just yet. You go a little further into the dark, feeling your way along the right wall. Then you hear something, a deep resounding growl. The walls shake. There is the scrape of claws on stone and another noise, like fluttering, beating cells, as though a ship fought against the gale. Something is rushing towards you. You turn to run, but you cannot move your legs quickly enough. Sharp talons gash into your back and you fall. Oh, I thought I would have a chance. Okay. Alright, so fireball time then. Fair enough. That was kind of silly. Like, I knew I had to cast the spell, but I just didn't know when. I think something would just kill you out of the blue like that. Nevertheless, hoot, 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 hoot. You cast your spell, creating a fireball on your palm that fills the mineshaft with light. Looking ahead, you see the passageway splits in a T-junction, with turnings left and right that lead away and downwards into the mine. But then approaching up the left passage, you see something. Huge eyes and clawed feet. Then it growls with hot, malicious rage. It is rushing towards you. Hurled fireball. You toss the fireball towards the creature. There the smell of burning flesh, and the monster roars in pain with an almost human sound. Before it can recover, you turn and run, out into the sunshine and up the path, hoping it will not follow you. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's try this again. I mean, the woman told me I have to do this, right? I don't know. Wait. Okay, I've been killed in the darkness. I don't like to rewind this much, but I feel like this little adventure is not being fair. I don't like the one correct path type thing. Run! What the hell? This is very strange. What are the other spells I can cast? Zeus. Sense danger. I know there's danger, I don't need to sense it. What the hell? Maybe that's a spell I haven't learned. God. Illusion of worship. It's interesting that you can cast something like that. What? No, I thought that was a G. I don't know. No, this is G. It's weird, like, sometimes it thinks I click on things that I don't click on. Alright, hot it is. Let's just burn the fuck out of this guy and go back, I guess. Whatever. Throw the fireball. Climb the valley. That was lame. Your breath is short and your heart is hammering as you pause halfway up the valley slope. A small wooden hut is opposite, set a little way back from the path. Look at the hut. You stop to watch the hut, dropping behind a bush and out of sight as you do so. After a few minutes, you see a troll emerge. Uh-oh. Ducking to get through the tiny frame of the building. He is clearly guarding something here, perhaps a mine. Or perhaps he was stationed here long ago to guard a city that has now crumbled to ruin. Wait and see what he does. The creature stands outside the hut for a few minutes, looking this way and that, his colossal head turning with the speed and dexterity of a mill wheel. Then he stomps away, around the curve of the hill. You probably have a few minutes before he reappears. Alright, let's go check in the hut. You seize the opportunity and race over to the hut to see what you can pilfer. Inside you find it is a barren shack. There's a low oak table in the center and no windows. There's no door. A pile of blankets in one corner is the only nicety. Search the blankets. You lift the corner of the blanket with the tip of your sword, and hidden away you find 3 gold pieces. Most likely the trolls pay for the entire year. Let's take the money. You should go. Let's leave. You've been here long enough. Quickly you turn and hurry away. Just in time to see the troll returning from its patrol around the edge of the hill. It hasn't seen you and is too stupid to notice anything you might have moved or left out of place. It moves to enter its hut. Slip away. With the troll out of sight, you hurry away along the path, not pausing again until the hut is far out of sight. I feel like we only got 3 gold out of that. I feel like there's probably more there, but I don't know, maybe not. Alright, continuing onwards. We're pretty close to the end here. Another hour passes as you finish the climb. With the sun starting to hang heavy in the sky, you reach the top and meet with the other end of the rope bridge. Look back at the bridge. It may look stable, but it's undoubtedly a death trap set to part travelers from their gold and from their lives. How would you know that? You continue on down the slope as the evening draws in. Head for the town. Some way down the hill you stop for a rest and sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between 3 peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly into the hills. It will be night soon. This is a weird village. Your heart swells. A village might mean a chance to restock on provisions. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward when an overhanging branch touches your face and you hear a lively chirping. Turn around. You turn quickly around. Hovering by your shoulder is a small creature the size of a bird. It is childlike but very thin with green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough. It even lands on your shoulder, its tiny clawed toes pinching slightly. This is the Minimite that I was talking about. It won't let you cast spells, so it can't do this. Talk to it. Greetings, little creature. And hello to you, the creature replies, chirping. My name is Jan. What do you want with me? See that village? The creature replies. Last time I tried to go through, they told me I wasn't welcome, so I wouldn't mind some protection. Where I'm going is dangerous, you warn the creature. You might be killed traveling with me. The creature shrugs. I've got small wings. Can't get far on my own. The creature starts hopping up and down. Come on, it grumbles impatiently. Let's get going, can't we? What are you? The creature does a backflip and gives a low bow. I'm a Minimite. Pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. I'm not going anywhere until you've gone, you tell the creature gently. Well, I'm sure you'll change your mind eventually. Minimites get very attached to their owners, you see. And I'm quite comfortable. Stay here or go on? Well, that's up to you. Damn. It's annoying, because he doesn't allow me to cast spells. Alright, whatever. Don't get us into trouble, you warn the creature, or it'll be worse for you. I can't argue with that. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are towering tall and throw the village into deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. You continue along the path. The sounds of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky here in the shade of the valley, and after so long on the dire road, the people in the village seem to be enjoying themselves. Oh yeah, I bet they are. Jan, what's going on? Jan shakes his head. No, if this was magic, believe me, I know. This is the festival of the Jung. What's that? Well, take a look. Jan waves a little hand around the village. The idea is that once a year, the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It is a time of great fun and lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious what he means. You pass the first few buildings, where you find a number of children sitting in the street and drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and is spanking her. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads, Landragor's Tavern. It is all complete mayhem. She can be spanked. You consider helping the woman, but there's nothing you can do. It is their festival, after all. True enough, true enough. Alright, I'm going to take a little break here. My throat's hurting me a little bit. So, next we will enter the village of the children, Beritante. There's this crystal waterfall. I actually didn't go to this last time. I probably will go visit it. But then we just have Torpani, this part, and then Kar. It's not too far away. We're doing pretty well. See you guys next time. Bye.